At the first of the year, I don't know what I thought, honestly. I was just taking the English because it was the core program, and I had a TSI hold because I hadn't been to school in almost 30 years. And I was like, yeah, screw it, they want me to take it. They said I could have retaken the TSI test, but I kind of didn't want to because I'd been out of school for 30 years and I wanted, somebody like Miss Epler to maybe refresh me, teach me how to properly write a paper, and then of course math too, but that's not what this is about. Um, I gotta say I was disappointed. Not necessarily Miss Epler. I think she's working with the cards she was dealt. Uh, she's actually been a pleasant surprise as far as personality goes. She's been a very genuine person. I just wish that she was in a better position, to be able to teach the kids and or us students. I know we're not all kids here, uh, but outside of her and Mr. Henderson, I've just been just very disappointed. I don't like the discussion boards. I really, really don't. I think that students teaching students, and I didn't sign up to teach anybody anything. I mean, I teach my kids how to do things, but yeah, I didn't sign up for college to teach people how to do stuff. I wanted to do this to learn how to write a paper. I genuinely do not feel that I could write myself out of a paper bag right now. And that's an old phrase that, some of you youngsters may not know. I don't know. But just pretty much means that I couldn't write a paper for nothing without a template. I mean, a lot of people can do a lot of things with templates. I mean, hell, I can go work on my vehicle, blind or not, uh, with a YouTube video. I mean, it's really not that different. And I thought at the end of this class, I would be able to write a paper from scratch. There's no way. There's just no way. And again, it's not the fault of the students or anything like that. It's the system. And, I've just been very disappointed. So, I'd probably be making the same video and probably be a lot harsher if it, with other professors. But Miss Epler's been pretty nice. When I've asked her straightforward questions, she took it with stride and answered me in a professional manner, and that gets my respect. So but as far as just learning, no. The literary paper was interesting because it took me back in time. I just went to I think it was at Google Gemini or Grok or something, and I said, hey, who was the teacher at this school in Alpharetta, at this elementary on the south side in 1984, or 85, whatever it was. And, who was second grade. And it was able to tell me, because what they do is they jump in and research the books. That was pretty interesting. But that's something I didn't need this class for. I could have learned that on my own. But that's about the only interesting thing I've really got out of this. 1984 was one of the worst books. I mean, I've never been so happy to be blind in my life. That book was beyond boring. It was, I think, section 8 of chapter 2, or maybe it was chapter 8 of section 2, I don't know, before pretty much the bad guy comes in. O'Brien, I think it's his name. That's the only time that book had any interest to it at all. It was horrible. Again, I was so glad at that point that I was blind. I didn't have to sit and read that horrible book. Even though I'd read Frankenstein at 12 years old, God, I wish I'd have just reread that. I would recommend Tom O'Neill's Chaos. That's kind of a learning book, a little in the 1984 realm, but very modern. It's a book that I think students might be a little more interested in because it's more up to date. But yeah, I'm just being honest here, and I've already kind of had this discussion with Miss Epler about my dissatisfaction with the discussion board, so this isn't any new news for somebody that might be watching this that's not Miss Epler. But yes, would I love to have Miss Epler, my future professor, somewhere? Hell yeah. Her and Mr. Henderson were great as far as teachers go. Like I said, I just think they've been dealt a bad set of cards with this college, and this isn't the way people learn. But I'm trying to somewhat see the timer at the same time with what little vision I do have. That way I can try to hit the 5 minutes. And I think I'm almost there, so I'm going to stop it here.